We have made it to the second round of the playoffs here in the Portland Trail Blazers, MyNBA franchise here on NBA 2K23. We're coming off a sweep in 4 games of the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we are ready to face off against the 3-seeded Spurs. The Minnesota series was interesting because we did not dominate throughout this series. In the first 2 games, we had to come back from close to 20 points, and we did. Game 3, we led by around 20, and Minnesota came all the way back just for us to win at the end. Game 4 was the only game of the series that was competitive the entire time, but we pulled away in the second half, winning by 9. So despite the fact that we got the sweep, we didn't really play particularly well throughout a full game, and I'm a little bit worried that could be an issue here against a great team like the Spurs. The playoff bracket is set up very interestingly right now, because we are the 2 best teams left in the playoffs. The Rockets got hammered in 5 games in the first round by the Nuggets. So in terms of record, we have the best record of anybody left in the playoffs, and the Spurs are in second. So these are the 2 best teams left in the postseason, and the winner of this series will be the presumptive favorite to win the NBA Finals. I think this is an especially interesting matchup for us because obviously this team has a lot of size and length and star power with Giannis Antetokounmpo and Victor Wembanyama, and we're going to have to figure out how to stop both of these guys in unison. Interestingly, we swept the Spurs in the regular season, which surprised me going back and looking at this, but none of the wins were all that convincing. Victor Wembanyama had a game where he dropped like 58 points on us. That's the most that any player has scored in any game across the league this season, and I'm concerned that we're not going to be able to stop this duo. I think the great thing about the Spurs is they've really figured out how to use their stars in unison. Obviously, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player here. He's been a first option on a championship team before, but he recognizes this is Victor Wembanyama's team, and he has let Wemby take the role as the star player. Wemby really broke out onto the scene this year. He was amazing in the first round playoff series against the Thunder. First time All-Star this year, second team All-NBA. He won Kia's Clutch Player of the Year award, and obviously Giannis is pretty darn good as well. Domantas Sabonis and Zach LaVine are both proven all-star players, and then they've got some solid guards with guys like Marco Romano, Cole Anthony, and solid depth pieces, including solid veterans like Josh Hart and Malachi Branham. We're going to change the rotation slightly. We don't have to focus on guarding a star on the perimeter, so because of that, I want to focus on more size and length in the starting lineup to try to combat all of their bigs. So Khalil Griffin will start instead of Ochai Agbaji, who we sort of use as our number 1 scorer stopper. The problem is the Spurs' number 1 scorer is 7'4". I don't think Ochai Agbaji reasonably is guarding Wembanyama or Giannis for that matter. We need bigger guys to do that. So let's get this show on the road. We'll be playing games 1 and 2 of the second round here against San Antonio. The Blazers are coming off a sweep, albeit an unconvincing one in the first round against Minnesota, while the Spurs needed 6 games to beat a very talented Oklahoma City squad. The Blazers are making a change to the lineup they've been rolling with. Instead of Ochai Agbaji, it'll be the rookie Khalil Griffin starting on the wing. It's not very often you see rookies starting in playoff games past the first round, but Khalil Griffin is that type of player to where I don't think the moment's going to be too big for him. Ayton wins the tip-off when we are underway here in the second round of the playoffs. 2 very young teams, a lot of bright young faces, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is the first of many postseason battles between Portland and San Antonio as Shaedon Sharpe is in for the early bucket to get the scoring started. Sharpe, nursing a hamstring injury, really came along in the first round, started slow but played well down the stretch. There's Victor Wembanyama on the board for the Spurs. Wemby averaged over 30 a game in the first round against OKC. Darius Springer inside with the slam. Springer will mainly be defending Victor Wembanyama, so he's obviously up for a big challenge as Sabonis grabs the interception on the other end. Giannis Antetokounmpo hits the jumper, and the Spurs are off to a strong start. They lead 8-4. Here's Khalil Griffin, the rookie. He's picked off. Sabonis again with another steal. Out to Giannis in transition. The Greek Freak throws it down, and the Spurs are looking awfully good early. It's 10-4. Ayton's trapped, has Springer open in the corner, rips the 3. Springer had some really impressive games in the first round against the Wolves, and right now he's Portland's best healthy player. Wemby with this spin move makes the layup. There's nothing Portland can do to defend that, and that's the concern with this series. How are you supposed to stop him? Nice handoff for Ayton, who dunks it on two defenders, including Victor Wembanyama, as it's 14-11. Portland starting to figure things out on offense. Meanwhile, defensively, they stop Wembanyama. Good work by Springer, who grabs the rebound, runs the floor out to Sharp on the wing, who drills the three, and we're knotted up. Quick response from Portland after their slow start. Here's Giannis looking to get some room. Heaves up a prayer. I mean, if Giannis is going to be hitting fadeaway contested threes, all we can do is throw our arms up in the air and say, what else could we have done? Here's Shaedon Sharp with a nice move on LaVine. That's going to be an interesting matchup to watch. LaVine obviously not known for his defense. The Blazers certainly going to be leaning on Sharp and the other guards offensively throughout the series. Nice pass inside for Scoot Henderson. Great find by Sharp. Great cut by Scoot. Henderson still nursing an injury, looking healthier and healthier as Wemby goes inside for Giannis. The dynamic duo connecting. 20-19. Open lane for Springer. He's snuffed. What a play by Giannis off the backboard. Now, luckily, Springer's open for three. He misses it. Got to take advantage of those open looks. But what a defensive play earlier on the possession by the Greek Freak. Wemby off the screen, hits the three. It's kind of hard to defend somebody who's 7'4", has elite handles, and is one of the best three-point shooters in the league. This guy is an absolute unicorn as he hits another three off the dribble. Imagine showing this to somebody who watched the NBA 30 years ago. They'd think he's an alien. Probably because he is kind of an alien. He's out of this world. Shaedon Sharp can jump out of this world. Maybe not with his hamstring injury, but he did on that play with the dunk. Shot no good, but Wemby's there for the putback as Victor Wembanyama continues his unbelievable first quarter. 28-22, Spurs lead by half a dozen. Simons inside. Nice move by Inferno, looking to lead the scoring charge off the bench. Simons with a very strong first-round series against Minnesota. He's going to take the last shot here at the end of the first, and the three rattles out off the dribble. 28-24, Spurs lead. Blazers hanging in there so far, but Victor Wembanyama has been too much to handle. Again, it's been the Wemby show over Giannis. Again, got to give Giannis credit for really deferring the keys of the car to Victor Wembanyama. Wemby's off the floor, so it's Giannis' time to shine as he gets the scoring started in the second. Hart inside for Giannis. Back to Hart for three. It's good. Big start to the second for the Spurs. They're up by double digits. Biggest lead of the game at 10. Here's Hart out to Pokusevski. He finds LaVine. The Spurs are not missing right now from three as they take the lead up to 13. Portland was down by close to 20 in the first two games of the first round against Minnesota, so there's still plenty of time to pull off a potential comeback. Simons hits the triple for the Blazers, 39-29. Here is Cole Anthony with it inside. Nice move over Simons. Cole Anthony is the starting point guard today as the other guard, Marco Romano for the Spurs, is out with an injury. Simons has an open man on the wing. It's Shaedon Sharp who drills the three. Both of these teams are red hot from beyond the arc. Nobody's missing from deep right now as Abaji has Sharp in for the slam. Shaedon Sharp with the Shaedon slam. 43-34. Here comes Sharp with it. He gets it to Springer in the corner for Simons. Tough shot. It's good. Anthony Simons hits the three. Sharp was out of the game early in the second when the Spurs went on their run. Sharp is back in, and everything is coming back into place for Portland. Springer hits a fadeaway three. It's now 43-40. Wembanyama inside, no good. Nice defense by Springer, who grabs the board. Out to Shaedon Sharp for the tie. It's good! Both of these teams are not missing from deep. 8 of 8 combined from three in the second quarter. The Spurs are 3 for 3 from beyond the arc here in this quarter, while Portland is 5 for 5. Wemby gets a much-needed bucket for the Spurs. That'll put them back ahead, but not for long, as we're tied at 45. Such high-level offensive basketball being played right now, as Ochai Agbaji is in for the layup and the lead. Portland was down by 13 just minutes ago. Nice defense by the Blazers. Spurs get it back, though, and once Wembanyama has the ball in the paint, I don't know how you're supposed to contest him. Nobody on this Blazers team comes within 4 inches of him, and 4 inches is a whole lot. Here's Looney inside for Agbaji off the turnover. Good ball movement there by the Blazers. Good finish in transition for Ochai. Tied at 51 with 3 to go in the half. Agbaji with a nice move inside. Ochai Agbaji shot the 3-ball really well in the first round. He didn't shoot it super well from 2, but from the field so far he's been awfully efficient as it's 51-53. There's Poku in for the dunk. Now the Spurs are on top by 2. Giannis guarded by Isaiah Stewart. He gets it to Wembanyama with some room. Hits the mid-ranger. Nice shot by Victor Wembanyama. 57-55 now. Cole Anthony inside for Giannis. Posts up on DeAndre Ayton. Pump fake, and Giannis with a powerful dunk. It feels like the Spurs have slight control on this game, with Portland obviously hanging around quite a bit. As Shaedon Sharpe goes up, and away. That hamstring looked awfully healthy on that play. He went up there. Big dunk for Shaedon Sharpe coming off a big Game 4 against Minnesota. Here's the rookie Khalil Griffin. No points yet. Looking to change that right here as he drills the step-back 3 to put Portland on top. The Blazers now 6 for 6 from 3 in the second quarter. Utterly ridiculous. But the Spurs get a 3 right back. Giannis Antetokounmpo 2 for 2 from beyond the arc himself today. 62-60 with 30 seconds to go in the half. Scoot floats it up. Great touch for Scoot Henderson, who's been pretty solid so far with 8 points, all things considered with the injury. Cole Anthony has it with under 10 to go. He finds Giannis inside, and Giannis' shot is no good. Nice defense by Beef Stew. Portland's going to get one more look for the lead. It's Griffin who doesn't get it off. Good defense by the Spurs, and that'll wrap up the first half, tied at 62. Very high-scoring game. Both teams are shooting the lights out of the ball, and it's easy to say nobody's playing defense, but that's not true at all. Both defenses have been really good. It's just that both offenses have been even better. I mean, this is unbelievable, high-level basketball. It's no surprise that these are the 2 best teams left in the playoffs, and right now, they each look like it. Let's go to the second half. We'll see who can take control here in Game 1 as Domantas Sabonis gets the scoring started. Now tied at 64. Giannis guarded by Griffin, inside and 1. Ayton comes in to help, but instead Ayton fouls him as the double team does not stop Giannis. He would miss the 3 throw, and Portland would later tie it. Now looking for the lead, and they'll get it. Shaedon Sharpe for 3. He has 24 points. Wemby, meanwhile, has close to 30 for San Antonio. Sharpe, wide open lane inside. He gets the dunk. Sharpe has a shot for 50 if he stays at his current pace. Great defense there by Scoot Henderson, ripping it away from Anthony with a cross-court dime for Springer, who's in for the layup. What a pass by Scoot Henderson. And Portland's off to a great start here in the third quarter. They lead by 5. Giannis is a wide open man in the corner. It's Levine. Portland too slow to get back on defense. Is it 71-73? Anthony's triple for the lead won't fall. Khalil Griffin with the rebound, looks to run the floor, has a good look at the top of the key and drills the 3. Griffin had a really similar play in Game 4 against Minnesota where he took the ball up himself, ripped a 3 at the top of the key, and drilled it. That's a tough play. Good to see the rookie making it in back-to-back games as Wembanyama hits the mid-ranger over the extended arm of Darius Springer. 73-78, Blazers up by 5. Sharpe is intercepted by Victor Wembanyama. He finds Levine over to Giannis. Pump fake. Giannis, his shot is no good, but Sabonis is there for the rebound over Ayton. No good. Third time's the charm. Sabonis with another rebound. Wemby's wide open. I don't know why he didn't shoot the ball. Instead, he gives himself a harder shot, and he makes it. So, who cares, I guess. Victor Wembanyama continuing to dominate. He's got 35. 78-80. Nice move by Shaedon Sharpe. He's up to 28 as these 2 young stars continue to duel. 4-point game. Agbaji out to Henderson, who finds Simons. Great ball movement. Great finish by Simons, who has a dozen. 82-86. Malachi Branham gets it over to Zach LaVine. He's had a nice day shooting the ball as he drills the 3 over the contest from Ochai Agbaji. 1-point game now. Branham with it, guarded by Simons, inside for Victor Wembanyama. His layup is good, and the Spurs are back on top as Portland has to call a timeout. Both offenses continuing to play really well. Here's Springer in for the contested layup. Good defense by San Antonio, but Springer's just a little bit bigger. Springer doing a little bit of everything today with 14, 8, and 6. He leaves Levine wide open, and he hits the 3 as the Spurs are now up by 3. Simons misses the step-back triple. Half-court heave to end the third is no good, although close. And so San Antonio leads by 3. Going into the fourth quarter, should be a wild ending in what's been a really exciting game as Henderson flies inside for the layup. Now with 14 and 6, having his best postseason game of the year. Wembanyama with it, guarded by Griffin. He's blocked by DeAndre Ayton. In transition, Scoot gets it out to Griffin. Inside, the rookie, and one! What a great play there by Portland. Ayton with the block out to Scoot, who connects with Griffin, who makes the layup in contact. Josh Hart called for the foul. What a play there by Portland. Everybody executing. The Spurs are going to look to get a 3 right back, and they do. It's Aleksej Pokusevski for the lead. When Giannis and Wemby are off the floor, they still have plenty of size and versatility with Poku. Springer hits a corner 3, though. 1-point game, now a 3-point game in favor of San Antonio with 6.5 to go as the ball is swiped away. That was Griffin who got a hand on it. Scoot ends up with it, tries to lob it for Griffin, and the ball somehow goes over the backboard. That play could have been so good. I don't know how the Blazers failed it that badly. Shot no good. Springer with the rebound, his 9th. 1 rebound shy of the double-double. He needs 2 more assists for a triple-double. There's one of them. Simons hits the sidestep 3. We're knotted up at 102. Portland now on top with 5 to go. Giannis twirl inside, no good. Nice defense by the Blazers. Ayton with the rebound out to Darius Springer. Springer takes it himself. Inside for Abaji, who gets the dunk. Big play for Ochai, while Springer now has 10 assists. Looks to go inside. He has Abaji on the wing. Out to Shaedon Sharpe. Sharpe's been quiet over the last 10 or so minutes as he's in for the layup. He now has a 30 ball, and it's a 4-point game. Victor Wembanyama, tough 3, no good. Springer with the rebound. He now has a triple-double. Just the 5th playoff triple-double in Blazers history and the first in over 30 years. Springer looks to celebrate with a layup. He's unsuccessful. 4-point game still. Sharpe out to Ayton. Ayton inside for Abaji. Pump fake. Nice move by Ochai Abaji, who's had a solid game off the bench with 10 points, and he's been pretty efficient. Giannis jumper. No good. Ayton with the board. Portland with a chance to really build up a nice lead late. Springer inside and one! What a play for Darius Springer as he's fouled by Victor Wembanyama. He would miss the 3 throw, and the lead sits at 8 in favor of Portland with 3 minutes to go. Can the Blazers hang on to win game 1 as Anthony gets it to LaVine? Big time shot for Zach LaVine, and the lead is cut to 5. Following Spurs possession, under 2 minutes to go now. Anthony with the screen inside for Giannis. He slams it home. It's only a 1-score game all of a sudden. 112-109. Springer in the corner for Simons. Thinks about the shot, doesn't take, and he's intercepted by Sabonis. On the other end, Wembanyama to LaVine for the tie. It's good! The Spurs go on an 8-0 run with 2 threes by LaVine, and we're knotted up at 112 with a little over a minute to go as Sabonis gets another steal, ripping it away from Ayton. San Antonio in takeover mode. Wemby for the lead. Victor Wembanyama caps off a 10-0 run. He now has 46 points. And Portland is down by 2 with about a minute. Simons, wide open 3. It's off. That was a good look. Good release. Just didn't fall. Following Spurs possession. Here's Victor Wembanyama inside, and he is fouled by Springer. He would make both. The Spurs have now scored 12 unanswered with around 40 seconds to go. Ayton with it. He gets it over to Shaedon Sharpe. Over to Scoot Henderson, who has an open lane. Scoot switches hands and makes the layup. That's a really tough play to make by Scoot Henderson, especially when you're down by 4 with 30 seconds left in a playoff game. Got to foul quickly. It's Cole Anthony who darts by Scoot, is eventually fouled. And so he will go to the line to shoot 2. Couple of big 3 throws on the way for Cole Anthony as the first one will fall. Looking to make it a 2-score lead now for the Spurs. Second one with 30 and change to go is up, and he got it. Ice in his veins. Big 3 throws for Cole Anthony. Blazers don't call a timeout. They've still got one in their back pocket. Here is Shaedon Sharpe inside. Sharpe thought he had a good look. Doesn't. Portland not getting anything. They're going to have to eat up a shot sooner than later as Simons is fouled by Zach LaVine. He'll go to the line and get 2. So Simons is at the stripe with under 20 to go as he misses the first one. Big miss for Anthony Simons. Second one will fall. It's a 3-point game. Now the Spurs would have to miss both 3 throws, though, for it to remain a 1-possession deficit. And it's Cole Anthony who goes back to the line. Interesting that he's the closer. I would think it would be Zach LaVine who you give the ball to here, but they trust Anthony, and for good reason. He's been clutch so far as he drills them both. It's a 5-point game, and the Blazers call a timeout. The Spurs are on a 16-3 run right now. What an epic collapse by the Blazers, who were up by 8 with 3 minutes to go and seemingly have forgotten how to play offense after the offense was great all night. They're going to have to shoot the ball awfully quick here. It's Shaedon Sharpe, pump fake, thought he was going to get a good look, doesn't. Portland's got to let it rip sooner or later. There's like 12 seconds left. Simons out to Springer for 3, no good. Rebounded by Wembanyama, he's fouled, and that should just about do it. Wemby will go to the line. He sits at 46 as the first one is good. It's a 6-point game. Second free throw makes it a 3-score game and is essentially the dagger as he makes it. 122-115. Scoot Henderson's just going to have to heave up a prayer. No good. Ayton with the rebound out to Sharpe for 3. That one's no good, and that'll do it. The Spurs win Game 1 of the second round of the Western Conference playoffs, 122-115, as the Trailblazers lose their first playoff game of the year in a game that we should have won, being outscored 18-3 in the final 3 minutes. Our offense was unbelievable today for 37 minutes, and then we just forgot how to play basketball at the end. We were not getting anything going on the offensive end of the floor to finish this game. Shaedon Sharpe had 30 points. For the most part, he was really good, but he only scored 4 points after the 8-minute mark in the second half. There was a real shot he was going to get 50. 2 minutes into the third quarter, he had 26, and then he just wasn't the same. Now, he still scored 30 while injured, so I still want to give him credit. Darius Springer also deserves a lot of credit with 23, 10, and 10, a triple-double. Scoot was good. Simons was solid. Griffin, Abaji, Ayton, all solid. We were 6 for 6 from 3 in the second quarter, only 6 of 20 from 3 outside the second. As for the Spurs, Wemby with 48. I don't know how you're supposed to guard this guy. We were more successful than OKC in the last game. He had 39 on 12 of 15 shooting and 8 of 9 from 3. At least he had reasonable efficiency. 24 for Giannis, 22 for LaVine. Very much a 3-man offense here with the Spurs. And those 3 combined for nearly 100 points. Not bad. So we've really got to win Game 2. We cannot afford to lose both of these home games and go down 2-0 with the Spurs taking home court advantage. Game 1 is a game that we should have won. Again, we were up by 8 with 3 minutes to go, and we squandered what we thought was a pretty nice lead. So we've got to come back strong here in this game. Shaedon Sharpe and Scoot Henderson continuing to be healthier and healthier. Neither of them are 100%, but they're getting closer. As for the Spurs, Italian point guard Marco Romano is back. He will come off the bench. I don't know why they don't start him. I think he's a better fit for the starters than Cole Anthony, but they seem to like starting Cole, and he did play pretty well down the stretch with some big 3 throws in Game 1. Ayton wins the tip-off again, and we are underway with Game 2 between the Trailblazers and the Spurs. Ayton inside, throws it down, flying into the lane with an early dunk. Tied at 2, here is Scoot Henderson with it. Hands it off to Shaedon Sharpe. Blows by LaVine. He's in for the dunk. Sharpe was really good early in Game 1, but again, only 4 points in the final 18 minutes of the game. Here's Giannis with it. Euro step on Khalil Griffin as the Greek Freak, the former Finals MVP, is in with the layup. Tied at 4. Here's Giannis with it. Looks to make a play. He has Cole Anthony. Open 3 is good. It was the Spurs who set the tone in Game 1, scoring the ball, and so far so good here in Game 2. Giannis back to Cole Anthony. Another 3. He got it. Quick start for Cole Anthony with 2 triples as the Spurs lead 10-4. Scoot drives by Anthony. He's in with the dunk. Portland with 3 dunks and no jump shots here in the first 3.5 minutes, but it's working as it's now 10-6. Here's Anthony with it, looking to drive inside, and Anthony is in with the layup. He's already got 8 points. He's got more than he had in all of Game 1, essentially, as it's 12-6. Wembanyama, no good. Grabs his rebound, tries to tip it in, no good. Third time's the charm, and Victor Wembanyama is on the board after his 48-point performance in Game 1. Here's Giannis with it, guarded by Abaji, who comes into the game for Griffin, and Giannis is in with the layup, as it's now 18-8. Spurs continuing to look strong early. Giannis again inside. Pump fake. in with the layup. Ochai and Griffin, I mean, there's both no way that they can stop Giannis. He's 6'11". Those two guys are like 6'6", 6'7". Wemby misses, though. Good defense by Springer on the other end. Here's Agbaji inside for Ayton. Nearly snuffed by Sabonis, but he gets the layup to fall, and it's now 20-12. Scoot out to Ochai Agbaji. He hands it back off to Ayton. Ayton for Agbaji. Little two-man game as Ochai Agbaji throws it down, his first points of the day. Sabonis with it. No good. Nice defense by Ayton. Portland's interior defense, for the most part, has been pretty good today. Here's Inferno. Hits the three. Anthony Simons makes it a 3-point game, now a 5-point game. Simons, step back. Thinks about the shot. Doesn't take because he has Scoot Henderson driving to the open lane. He's in with the dunk. Great play by Scoot off the ball. It's only a one-score game. All things considered, things could be going a lot worse. Step back three for the tie is good for Simons. The Spurs led 18-8 at one point. Portland quickly tying it at 22. Ayton draws the double. Somebody's open, but he instead passes it out to Giannis on the other end. Giannis, and one. Shaedon Sharpe tried to play defense on him. Give him credit for the effort, but there's not much you can do when Giannis is coming in with a full steam ahead. Shaedon Sharpe back with it on offense. He is in for the layup now with 4 points as the Trailblazers cut the lead to 1. Wemby with it inside, out to Sabonis. He gets it to Marco Romano, back from injury. Over to Giannis with the dunk. Game 1 was the Wemby show. So far, Game 2 is the Giannis show. Giannis in the double figures, while Wembanyama only has 2. Simons with a powerful dunk. He technically dunked on Victor Wembanyama there. Very impressive for somebody who's over a foot shorter, as the shot is no good from Giannis. Nice defense by Kevon Looney. In transition, Portland looking for the lead. As Sharpe is blocked by Wemby, Stewart is blocked by Wembanyama. Oh my goodness, what incredible defense by Victor Wembanyama as Giannis misses the three at the buzzer. I think all things considered, the fact that the Blazers are only down by 1 is actually pretty encouraging. Portland did not have their best quarter, especially at the start, but they're only down by a single point as we go into the second. Romano with an incredible pass for Domantas Sabonis. This Spurs team has so many natural playmakers. Here's Griffin inside, no good. Offensive rebound, put back, no good. Another rebound, put back, no good. Got to applaud Griffin for the effort, but one of those has to fall. 29-26 now. Here's Josh Hart with it. Looks to drive inside on the rookie. And Hart is in with the Euro step. 5-point game. Spurs looking strong early in the second. But Agbaji looks to change that. Oh my goodness. Ochai Agbaji going up, and away. He could have nearly jumped over Malachi Branham if he really wanted to. This is 31-28. Griffin's pass is intercepted by Josh Hart. In transition, Hart hands it off for Cole Anthony. He's in with the layup. Cole Anthony continues to be one of the bigger assets for this team offensively here in Game 2. Griffin with the drive and the flush, and the rookie's on the board for the first time as it's 33-30. Make it 33-32. Anthony over to Sabonis, guarded by Looney. No good. Nice defense by Kevon Looney once again, doing the dirty work per usual. Good ball movement. Good jumper on the move by Darius Springer. And it's a 1-point Blazer lead now, 33-34. Overall, the defense has been a lot better in this game. The offense has certainly been a lot worse. Wembanyama in particular. He went 1 for 7 in the first quarter as he makes that layup. Wemby now with 4 points, but on 2 of 9 shooting. Springer has had him in hell today. Nice cut inside by Ochai Agbaji. He has 6 points, but on 3 of 3 shooting. Take notes, Victor. 35-36. Here's Cole Anthony. Has it tipped away by Scoot, and Anthony ends up back with it over to Branham. He has Hart at the top of the key, who hits the heavily contested 3. Great shot by Josh Hart. 38-36. Here's Scoot Henderson with it out to Agbaji. Fadeaway 3 is good. Ochai now with 11. He's only missed 1 shot from the field, playing really well right now for the Blazers. 38-39. Good cut inside by Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's back in the game, coming off a big first quarter as it's 42-40. Giannis guarded by Agbaji. What is Ochai supposed to do? Giannis with great touch. He hits the fadeaway, and it's a 4-point game. Ochai out to Scoot Henderson, looking to drive by Cole Anthony, and he does for the layup. Even though Scoot is injured, he's still faster than everybody on the floor. Agbaji, he is blocked at the rim. I think that was Sabonis who got a hand on it. And now Giannis is in with the towering slam over Khalil Griffin. 48-42. Agbaji inside for Darius Springer. Gets a dunk of the zone. 4-point game with 10 seconds left in the first half. Spurs looking for one more shot. Cole Anthony for 3. It is no good. Ayton with the board. Griffin heaves it up from full court. I don't know if he got it off. Not that it matters, as it's a 4-point game going into halftime. At halftime of the first game, it was 62-62. The Spurs have 14 less points, and the Blazers have 18 less. Portland's shooting's been a lot worse, as has the Spurs. Wembanyama also has been a non-factor. He has 4 points right now for San Antonio, while Giannis leads the way with 22. Ochai Agbaji, meanwhile, off the bench, has been arguably the Blazers' best player. He also leads the team in minutes, despite not starting. Giannis hits the 3 to start the third, 7-point game. Here is Scoot Henderson, crosses over Anthony. Henderson in with the layup. Good play by Scoot. He's in the double figures. Henderson just looks so much more explosive than he did in the Minnesota series, and it's definitely made an impact on his performances. Shaedon Sharpe also looking more explosive as he gets the dunk. Only 4 points in the last 40 minutes, though, for Shaedon Sharpe. He's got to get hot, and he's starting to here in the third quarter as he makes a layup. 55-51. Here is Levine. Out to Wemby. Victor Wembanyama with his first points of the entire game that isn't off of an offensive rebound. Shout out to Wemby. He's now whopping 4 of 11. Here is Shaedon Sharpe, wide open 3. It's good. Sharpe with 7 points in the quarter after only having 4 in the first half, coming off a game in Game 1 where he only had 6 in the second half. Here's Sabonis in with the layup. Spurs lead by 7. San Antonio again seems to be in control here, but Portland is right in there. Pump fake for Griffin. He has Scoot in the corner. Tough 3 is good. Tough shot makers. Get him to fall. And Scoot Henderson does exactly that. 63-61. Here's Victor Wembanyama, guarded by Isaiah Stewart. Wemby with the acrobatic layup. And Victor's playing a lot better here in the second half. Still hasn't been great, but he's improving. Here's an open 3 for Isaiah Stewart. It's good. Right when I'm applauding Wemby, he makes the wrong read on defense, and Stewart is wide open. Stewart is wide open again. He's in for the dunk. As good as Victor Wembanyama is, we have to remember he's 22 years old, and this is his first NBA playoff run. As good as he is, it's not going to be perfect. Here's Levine for 3. It's good. Much quieter game 2 here for Zach LaVine after hitting 6 threes in the first matchup. 68-66. Here's Scoot Henderson, 14, 5, and 7. In for the layup, doing everything tonight for Portland. He's probably been the Blazers' best player, if we're being honest. Him and Agbaji have been the 2 best guys on the floor tonight, as it's Levine with the steal on the other end. Step back jumper for the lead is good. Portland's done a good job the last couple of minutes battling back, but that turnover certainly a major blow to put the Spurs back on top. Agbaji gets it out to the rookie, Khalil Griffin, who's in for his second dunk of the game. We're tied again, this time at 70. Here's Josh Hart with it. He's intercepted by Agbaji. On the other end, Simons out to Springer for 3 and the lead. Springer's been much quieter tonight offensively than he was in Game 1, but I don't think it matters because his defense has been so good with Wemby. Marco Romano puts the Spurs on top 74-73 with just seconds left to go here in the third. Portland looking for the lead back. Simons is, of course, going to be the one presumably to take the shot, as it is no good. Simons couldn't get any open looks. Nobody else could get open. Overall, though, a pretty good quarter for Portland. The offense looked a lot better there, and it's only a 1-point deficit as we move into the fourth. Portland's got to come back here if they want to tie the series at 1. Scoot Henderson's jumper is not good. Isaiah Stewart with a wide open lane to get the rebound. He gets it over to Ochai Agbaji. He's trapped. Back to Stewart. Stewart backs down on the smaller defender, and he's in for the layup to put Portland on top. Good job there by Stewart, who grabbed the offensive rebound. Fittingly, he's the one to get the points. 76-77. Anthony inside for Alexei Pokusevski. He's in for the dunk. Still a 1-point Spurs lead. Wemby running the floor. Gets it over to Malachi Branham. Jumper on the move is good for the former Ohio State Buckeye. 82-79 with 8 to go. Agbaji is intercepted by Wembanyama. On the other end, Vic takes it himself, and he hits the jumper. Wembanyama continuing to play better in the second half. Still hasn't been all that good, but it's an improvement. As Agbaji turns it over again on the very next possession, Josh Hart with the steal. He hits the jumper. Abaji's been really good today, but Portland's going to need to take him out of the game soon. Back-to-back brutal turnovers as he has the ball back, this time with a great pass for dominating. DeAndre Ayton with the slam. 88-81. Here's Anthony, guarded by Simons, gets the screen. Cole Anthony drills for three, and San Antonio leads by 10. 5.5 to go. Portland's got to get something rolling quick. Shaedon Sharpe inside, back for Ayton. Close to a double-double. He now has 8 points. 6-point game. Portland's still right in there. Sabonis with it inside. He gets it over to Levine, who makes the layup. Big bucket for San Antonio. 93-85. Under 5 to go. Abaji with it. He has Sharpe, who's kind of trapped inside, but gets some space, makes the layup. Good play by Sharpe. Ochai Abaji, meanwhile, with 8 assists. His passing in the playoffs has been something else. Springer with an incredible block on Levine. What a play by Darius Springer, who's been such a nuisance defensively. Hopefully that play can give Portland some momentum as they would get the ball back, but the inbound pass from Abaji is picked off by Giannis. A third fourth-quarter turnover for Abaji as Victor Wembanyama hits the shot on the other end. 95-87, here is Shaedon Sharpe looking to get some room. Sharpe inside, bounces it over to DeAndre Ayton. He's now got a double-double, and the lead is down to 6. I'm curious to see who closes out the game for Portland as that fifth starter. Simons is obviously the best offensive player there, but Ochai Abaji's had a really good game, minus the fourth quarter. Good layup there by Scoot, 95-91. Scoot over to Darius Springer. Springer gets it to Shaedon Sharpe. He drills for three, and we are within 1. 95-94. Cole Anthony with it. Inside for Giannis. He gets it to go over Abaji as the Blazers call a timeout. So to answer the Simons and Abaji question, neither of them are on the floor right now. It's Khalil Griffin, who's the fifth man currently. Scoot with the layup. He's got 22, 7, and 6, and the lead is within 1. Wemby, no good. Griffin with the rebound. Portland can take the lead here with 1:20 to go. It's Shaedon Sharpe. His shot won't fall. Ayton with the board. Out to Springer. Springer drives inside. Gets the layup and the foul. What a play for Darius Springer, who's fired up with the biggest play of the night and thus so far probably the season. Wembanyama looks dazed and confused as Portland leads by 2. Can't blow another one, though, as Giannis ties it at 99. When Springer shot his free throw, the Blazers brought Simons into the game for Khalil Griffin. It looks like Anthony Simons is going to be the fifth guy on the floor to close the game. As Simons attempts for 3 off the screen, no good. Portland got him an open look, but he doesn't make the shot. Spurs can get the lead now, and they will. Giannis with the layup with 37.2 seconds left. Portland back with it in the hands of Scoot Henderson. Crosses up Anthony. Wide open lane. What a quick play by Scoot Henderson. No fear. Running the floor, in with the quick dunk, and we're tied at 101. So the Spurs are going to get the ball with around 30 seconds to go. I want to have our defensive lineup on the floor. So that means bringing Ochai Abaji back in for Simons, and we're going to get a little bit unconventional. Giannis is going to be the one who takes the shot. Ochai can't guard him because Ochai is 5 inches shorter. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Ochai at the 5. He'll guard Sabonis. DeAndre Ayton's going to play the 3. He'll guard Giannis. Darius Springer has done so well tonight on Victor Wembanyama, I'm not going to change that. But I think the best chance of us getting a good contest with a Giannis shot or layup is having DeAndre Ayton guard him. I don't think the Spurs are going to look for Sabonis. He's been mostly a non-factor throughout this entire playoff series on offense. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on Giannis. I think they're going to look to get him the ball. He's been the best player today by far for the Spurs, and we need to force a jump shot. Do not let him get good looks inside. Ayton's got to bully him and toughen him up without fouling. So obviously they do go to Giannis off the inbound. His jumper is good. Everything we planned for happened, but Giannis made the shot. And it's a 2-point game. Portland back with it with around 20 to go. Shaedon Sharpe with the ball. Sharpe inside. He's fouled. So Sharpe has an opportunity to tie it with under 20 seconds left on the clock. To be specific, we are sitting at 18.1. Sharpe makes the first. We are within 1. Second ties it. It is up, and it is good. Clutch three throws from Shaedon Sharpe, and we're tied at 103. I don't think we need to change anything defensively. They're still going to look for Giannis. He's still going to try to drive inside, and we still need DeAndre Ayton to stop him. We got to crash the glass as well. Do not try to run the floor. We have a timeout in our back pocket, so we can always use it. Everybody clash the glass and make sure we get this rebound. So it is Giannis with the ball. The Spurs want him taking the last shot, and he's going to dribble out the clock. The Spurs do not want the Blazers to get the ball back in regulation. Spurs now in motion. Giannis has it under 5 seconds to go. Giannis inside for the lead. He's fouled! Giannis draws the foul with just over 3 seconds. Not a whole lot more Ayton could have done there, but Giannis will get 2 at the line. Giannis is not a great three-throw shooter, though, and this crowd is on their feet yelling as loud as they can. Giannis's first three-throw for the lead is no good. It rattles out. If he misses the second one, things get real interesting because it remains a tie game. Got to be ready for the rebound. Do not let Wembanyama or Sabonis grab it and get a potential game-winning putback. Here's Giannis with 3 seconds left for the lead, and it is good. So the Spurs lead by 1. Portland calls time. We're going to bring our offensive lineup back in the floor. So essentially, Anthony Simons will replace Ochai Agbaji. Simons is the guy we feel most comfortable taking the last shot. He's got a quick release. He's a clutch player. He can score from all over the floor. We ideally are going to look to get him the ball, but if anybody else is open, that's fine. The game ends here unless there is a foul. 3-pointer wins it, 2-pointer wins it, and drawing a foul is more than fine as well. Our offense has flexibility. Because Giannis missed one of those 3 throws, we can win in just about any different way we wish. But we just got to get somebody open, and hopefully whoever the inbounder is going to be, it looks like it'll be Springer, makes the right pass. With 3 seconds left, game 2 on the line. Springer to Simons, open look for the win. It's no good! And San Antonio pulls it off. 104-103. Anthony Simons, just as we designed, got the last shot. We gave him a wide open look, and he misses it. Everything was perfect there except for the execution, and unfortunately, that's really the only thing that matters. And so the Spurs hang on by a thread. They take games 1 and 2 in Portland and lead the series 2-0. Scoot Henderson had his best game of the playoffs, 24, 6, and 7. He was really good. He looks healthy, and that's a big deal. We are going to need him to engineer this 2-0 comeback if we want any chance of making it. 20 points for Sharpe. He was pretty solid, hit some big 3 throws down the stretch. Springer was a lot quieter offensively than he was in Game 1, but I quite frankly don't give a damn because he was so good defensively on Victor Wembanyama. 15 and 6 is fine if you're going to be efficient and play ridiculously good defense. Simons was okay, missed the game winner though. Agbaji was great in the first half, but in the fourth quarter, 3 costly turnovers. Ayton was solid, Stewart was solid, Griffin was solid. 3-point shooting really wasn't there. We went 8 for 18, which is 44%. The efficiency wasn't bad at all. We just didn't shoot the 3 very often. Giannis with 41, Anthony with 19, Wemby with 12, 10, and 6. He was super inefficient offensively, a liability on that end of the floor, but as bad as he was on offense, he was unbelievable on defense, a presence inside with 6 blocked shots. The Spurs also really didn't get the 3-ball game going 6 for 19. Low volume from deep for both teams, low efficiency for San Antonio. And so we're down 2-0. We've played very formidably in these 2 games, and I'm not sure if there's an easy fix. Let me know what you think we should do down below in the comments to essentially save the season, because it's on the line. In the next episode with games 3 and 4 in San Antonio, we definitely want to avoid the sweep. So let's see if we can win a game or 2 on the road. Hope everybody enjoyed the episode despite the result. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.